Am I the asshole for beating my 25M girlfriend's 24F dad 51M in a hot dog eating contest? So the hot dog eating contest happened like 6 months ago during the summer, and I had no idea that I did anything wrong, but my girlfriend and I were arguing about something else, and she brought the contest up and said I had acted childishly, and I wanted to know if there was anything that I had to apologize for. So basically, 6 months ago, my girlfriend invited me to a food festival in her hometown. The day I arrived, I learned that there was a hot dog eating contest and the prize would be a $100 gift card to a large tech retail store. Being a casual competitive eater in college, I decided it would be a fun idea to enter and signed up on the website. When I told my girlfriend's family I had entered the contest, my girlfriend's dad good naturedly clapped me on the back and said, "Let the best man win." Apparently, my girlfriend's dad had won the hot dog eating contest for the last 4 years and was somewhat expecting to win again. Wanting the gift card, I decided to give the contest my all. I ate a bunch of hot dogs. I wasn't even paying attention to what I was doing, but by the time I was done, I'd eaten 16 hot dogs in 5 minutes, beating my girlfriend's dad, who only ate 12 hot dogs. When I was done, my girlfriend's brother Liam, 14M, and a bunch of his friends mobbed me, calling the Dogler, giving me high fives and clapping me on the back. They said that I had dethroned the Dogler, pointing to my girlfriend's dad, and that I was the new Dogler, that I was a real glizzied Rizzler or something like that, and that I was just shoving glizzy after glizzy down my gullet. They posed for pictures with me. It was weird but kind of fun. Later, my girlfriend's dad came up to me, shook my hand, and said I was good competition. He went home to do something in his wood shop, so I hung out with my girlfriend Liam and his friends, going around to various food stalls and games. When we all ate dinner that night, the hot dog contest didn't come up at all, except for when Liam kept referring to me as the Dogler and saying that he wanted to make a special Dogler shirt for me. We had a nice breakfast the next morning. No sign that anything was wrong. Today, though, my girlfriend brought up in our argument that her dad was actually really wounded by losing the hot dog eating contest, but just didn't say anything to me. I said if I wasn't supposed to enter the contest, then was it really a contest at all? And she said that it was less about the contest and about the special Dogler shirt. Liam made his dad a Dogler shirt for the years he won the contest, but I got the Dogler 2024 shirt. She said that her dad only wanted to win the contest to connect with Liam, and if anything, I should be able to understand the masculine ego. The picture is a white shirt with a drawn hot dog with 4 lightning bolts and saying 2024's the Dogler. Okay, and here's an update. Okay, as a little update, my girlfriend found this post. She was a little mad at first, but overall our original argument kind of went away. I put all of my clothes in the dryer, and luckily I booked 2 consultation appointments, so that part of the argument went away as well. The hot dog thing was kind of just a bonus jab she threw in my face when she found the Dogler shirt in the washer. She doesn't really care about it now. She agreed to stop bringing stuff up from a long time ago and said she accidentally over-exaggerated how sad her dad was about the contest. So overall, things are nice. She was a little surprised and upset at the amount of poster that suggested we break up. Also, I was a little surprised by all the people who called me the asshole just for entering the eating contest. Also, after a lot of asking, I've decided to post the shirt. I smoked a little too much before I fell asleep and forgot to take the shirt out of the dryer before I spent all day running my business, but I remembered now. I don't know that they resolved it. There's not much to say there. That guy's the Dogler. Am I the asshole for not wanting our groomsman to bring his horrible partner to our wedding? First time posting in this, and I'm really at my wit's end here. So I, 27 female, am marrying my fiance, 31 male, in a few months. We had previously set a standard that if people hadn't been in a relationship 6 months prior to the wedding day, they couldn't have a +1, so we wouldn't have random people at our wedding that we didn't know. Long story short, one of the groomsmen got a girlfriend and we can't stand her. She is mean to him and others, controlling, manipulative, and just a horrible individual. We've tried getting to know her on 4 separate occasions and have not enjoyed any experience, as she always makes it about her and they always end up in a fight where they break up. They've broken up 8 times in 2 months that we know of. Oh my god! Wait, why are they even staying together? She got mad at him and screamed and yelled at him for talking to me about getting her involved and me inviting her out with me and my friends more, all while she was actively dancing on other guys and intentionally making our friend jealous. She deleted every text I sent so it looked like I was ignoring her and went to him crying that I was ignoring her and that we weren't putting in effort when I was. I have every text I've ever sent her where I was being nice and trying to make plans with them. Said groomsman brought up bringing her to our wedding, and my fiance and I discussed this and ultimately said no and gave all our reasons why. She doesn't respect us, me or him, individually, and she is not someone we want to surround ourselves with because the drama that comes with her is not something we want to deal with on the best day of our lives. There's so much more she's done in the multiple encounters we've had, and the things he's told us, but it'd take forever to get through. He sent us a text and said he, in fact, will be bringing his partner or he will no longer attend. Before hearing our response, he went and got fitted for his tux, which made me even angrier that he thinks we're just gonna let him bully us into letting him come. We are trying to decide what to tell him as he's very important to my fiance, like family important. So I guess I just need advice. What should we do? And am I the asshole for not wanting her there and getting angry? Edit. The relationship thing 6 months before the wedding was so that there weren't people we didn't know at our wedding day that's supposed to be surrounded by the ones we love. There are always exceptions, and anyone who questioned the rule text or called, and we had conversations and tried our best to accommodate. He was not given a +1, and she very clearly does not want what is best for us. Our venue has a very strict guest limit, so we had to make cuts somewhere. Second edit. He did not start dating her until after invitations were sent and +1s were decided. Before I even read any of the comments, just don't invite him. Yes, he's important, but clearly he's not respecting you and your partner, like, and let alone himself. Like, why is he even with this girl? I just wouldn't even invite him. It's not worth creating drama at your wedding because I guarantee you that's what's going to happen if she does show up. It's just not worth it. Some relative comments. I guarantee that text was not sent by your friend, but his girlfriend. Why don't you and your fiance invite just him over and just lay it all out there and tell him exactly how you feel about this girl and how unhealthy their relationship is? Honestly, she's not going to be around in another few months when you get married. They've been together 2 months and broken up 8 times. Yeah, they won't be together. OP responds, we've tried and he agrees with everything we say, but won't leave this situation, unfortunately. Another comment says, I understand you don't like her, but she's the groomsman's significant other. After your wedding day, he has to still deal with the fallout of his decision regarding her coming or not. I wouldn't stay with a boyfriend that went to a wedding where I was banned. Most significant others would stand up for their significant other. Does she meet the 6 months criteria you set? What even is this comment? People are allowed to invite whoever they want to their wedding. You aren't, just because you are dating someone who's going to a wedding doesn't mean you're entitled to show up to someone's wedding, especially if you don't know the person. Like, I feel like OP is valid in wanting people that she knows to show up to her wedding and just like being like, oh yeah, I would break up with the person that if my boyfriend said I was banned from going to a wedding. It's like, that's a little dramatic. OP responds to this with, she does not. They have broken up once a week since the beginning of their relationship. No, I'm not kidding or being dramatic. Literally once a week. And in my opinion, I should want to be surrounded by people who love us and only want the best for us on one day in my whole life. She clearly doesn't, since she's deleting texts and making it look like I'm ignoring her when I'm not, and talking bad about me and pretending to be my friend only to scream at him because he and I had a conversation. OP gave an update 2 months later. Wow, I did not expect so many people to comment and give advice. If anyone is even reading this or cares, here's the update. So our wedding went amazing and was everything I ever dreamed of having. It was truly perfect. She stayed away and he stayed the whole time. Not as juicy as I know some were hoping. My now husband was able to celebrate with his favorite people without her ruining anyone's fun. I did hear through the grapevine that she caused a bunch of drama when he met her out after the wedding, but at this point, who cares? Maybe that's mean, but they've pushed me to my wit's end. He hasn't spoken to me since we told him she couldn't come, and has only spoken to my husband to get his things out of our shared house because he is moving in with her. So I guess misery wants company, and they can enjoy being miserable, and he can enjoy picking up his things that she throws in her front yard, calling him names, yelling at him in front of his friends and family, and just overall being an absolutely vile individual. They need therapy separately and together, but that's not my place to say anymore. Thank you everyone for your kind words. I married my best friend in the whole entire world, and now we get to spend a lifetime together. And yes, when they inevitably break up, he will have a spot to come so that he's not alone. We will always love him, but at what point do we stop enabling? Thank you again, everyone. I think that OP is right that it's not her place anymore, but that also, like, that's crazy that he's choosing this girl over someone that she labeled was family important to her husband. Like, he's literally throwing this relationship away for a girl he's broken up with once a week in 2 months. Like, that is crazy. Hopefully he sees that that's insane. This one's short. My partner is sick of being watched by my cats whenever he's naked. My partner visited my apartment for the first time last week. I have 2 cats. They quickly got comfortable with my partner. However, when we took our clothes off and were about to get intimate, he suddenly said that he felt nervous about the cats watching him and asked me to take them out of the bedroom. I thought it was a bit strange, but I could more or less understand it, so I did as he asked. After we finished, we were about to go to the bathroom. He complained again that being seen by the cats would make him feel really sick. We had to talk later. He insisted that he's just afraid of being watched by cats whenever he got naked. I'm so confused now. I know I love him, but apparently he can't get along well with my cats. I really don't know what to do. This commenter says they quoted, I'm so confused now. I know I love him, but apparently he can't get along well with my cats. I don't really know what to do. He says, what? Kicking out the cats when you two are intimate doesn't mean he hates them. You're the one being weird, wanting them there, to be honest. And yes, we humans do tend to be uncomfortable when we notice we're being stared at. To me, I understand what the commenter's saying, but the OP never said she wanted her cats in the room. Like, that's just weird to accuse her of that. I'm pretty sure this person made the post because of the shower part, like, not because of the sex part. I'm pretty sure she'd probably be like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Like, we can kick the cats out, that's fine. But like, after the shower, another commenter said, just be like, it's cool, dude, they're naked too. And they are. They're also like, they're just animals. They're not doing anything. I don't think he's not getting along with your cats. I just think he's uncomfortable with that. Maybe just put your clothes in the bathroom after you take a shower. Just get dressed. And then you don't have to deal with that. Okay, there's an update. That was a week later. After reading all of the comments, I had a talk with my boyfriend. I told him I would respect his feelings and bring the cats out of the bedroom while having sex, but I couldn't make sure that his naked body wouldn't be seen by my cats at any time due to we live in the same place. He seemed a little surprised but deeply moved. He told me that he had never lived with cats before. What I said makes sense. He would try to get familiar with the situation. Now my boyfriend is working on feeling comfortable being naked in front of my cats. He is a fan of the Dutch. Tonight we watched the live broadcast of the Netherlands versus Sweden World Cup match together. At first, we were both only wearing our pants. When the Netherlands scored their third goal, I took off both of our underwear, so we stayed completely naked for the rest of the match while the cat played nearby.
What? Yo, this girl's fucking weird.
Okay, this is getting weird. I could tell he was making an effort to get used to it, but never voiced any objections throughout the game. By the time the match ended, he was as happy as a child and had completely— what the fuck? Had completely forgotten that the cat was right there beside us, so I suppose that he has more or less come over his fears. And then there's a commenter that said, maybe the cats are sick of seeing him naked. That was such a weird update. I feel like that didn't need an update. Me, 22F, with 20M of 1 year, I am at my wit's end of his relationship with this certain video game, using a throwaway as he knows my main. He's very competitive and always feels the need to win and be the best. This game absolutely feeds into it and brings another side of himself out. I stopped playing this game with him and have encouraged him to find other teammates to play with, but he still loves talking to me when he is playing. It is fine most of the time when the game is going well, but I dread and pray anytime when the game goes downhill. I try to encourage/motivate him when this happens, e.g., it is still early, play safe for now, you are doing really well, you can't win them all, next game will be better, etc. But if I happen to say something that he takes the wrong way, then rip me. I get upset and then things just get more heated between us and we argue. I've spoken to him about it on a number of occasions. He realizes it is an issue and will be good for a while, but then it happens again. I've tried to stay neutral, encourage him to play, and talk with his teammates instead, and last night I absolutely lost it. I adore him, but I cannot stand sitting there when he is playing a game and the game is going bad. It is a very uncomfortable situation to be put in, so I told him straight up impulsively that I will not sit through another game feeling like shit while he takes his bad game on me, and if he wants to play this game, do not talk to me, and when he is finished, I will be around. He told me I was being ridiculous and far too emotional about the situation and I should be logical. Has anyone dealt with something similar and can offer some advice? Should I be more supportive? TLDR. Boyfriend loves talking to me while gaming, but when he is having a bad game, I feel he takes it out on me. We both end up upset and argue. So I told him that I will not sit through another game feeling like shit while he takes his bad game out on me, and if he wants to play this game, do not talk to me and come back when he is finished. Has anyone dealt with something similar and can offer some advice? Should I be more supportive? Relevant comments. How many hours is he playing a day? OP responds, average around 5 to 7 hours. Does this man have a job? Here's the update. As many commentators guessed in my previous post, yes, the game was League of Legends. This chapter of my life has come to an end, therefore I wanted to post an update of what went down since then, but also to thank everyone last time for the advice, but also as a reminder to myself of how stupid I was. I quit playing the game altogether shortly after, and each time he played, I excused myself. He soon stopped playing as well, and we later pursued other multiplayer games together. Although we talked about the issue, it was never fully resolved as he did not believe the game affected him that way, and every time I brought it up, he brushed it away or feigned ignorance that he does not remember acting that way. Throughout March, April, and May, we hardly talked or mentioned the game. Each time it was brought up, he stated the game was good and fun, but the community was toxic. By the end of May, we've run our course of multiple video games, and my friends are asking me to come back to League. I started playing casually again once a week or so with just my friends. Last week, his interest in the game peaked, and we talked about the game several times. He mentions he wants to try it again, but he knows I won't talk to him while he plays. In my moment of weakness and remembering the fun days we had when we first met each other on this game, You met him on this game? I decided to give him another chance, suggesting to play together again. After playing and losing a bunch, things began to turn sour and his negativity seeped through. When I apologized to a friend about the bad game, he accused me that I was talking shit behind his back, he called me a liar, and said he couldn't stand me anymore or any of this. He threatened to cancel our upcoming trip happening in a few weeks. Once again, I felt as if I was walking on eggshells again, with a paranoid, distressed feeling on the verge of a breakdown. Eventually, things did calm down after I apologized. However, last night I finally gave up. He abruptly left while we were in a bad game with another friend, and although I knew he was more than upset, I wanted to forfeit this game quickly, let him calm down, talk to him after, and move on. He did not take this well. He told me he was unbooking as I don't care about him, etc. All I replied was, sorry to hear that. He then said I have 1 minute before he unbooks. I explain my actions and tell him that he can unbook. He is really angry at this point, tells me he will not deal with this and that I'm using him for sex, parentheses, what? And good luck. He calls and says that he has deleted everything, then hangs up. At this point, I'm somewhat relieved. He messages me saying, how could I turn from caring and sweet and nice to someone he despises because I don't care or give a fuck. Proceeds to give me advice on future dating to show that I care and asks if I understand. I don't reply and he proceeds to write, doesn't even have the decency to answer. What a roller coaster of a ride. I'll be losing 150 euros due to unbooking, but that's the price to pay for being stupid. It's not because I don't care, but we've done this too many times that it's becoming silly to care. I felt I was always the one doing the apologizing and making amends, scrambling behind you to pick up the pieces. I even began to doubt myself, question my version of events, make excuses for your actions. When you started threatening me each time, I felt powerless, paranoid, and scared. So this time I will stop fighting for this so-called relationship and let you have your way. If only you knew how much love I have for you and how much you truly mean to me, but no. You refuse to listen or believe me because you see me agreeing as the fact that I do not care. These are the things I want to tell him, but I cannot and will not open that connection because I love him stupidly still. Breaking up isn't easy because for nearly a year and a half, we were inseparable and shared every single day of our life together. However, with this throbbing pain in my chest and heartache, I am now ready to close this chapter. I still genuinely hope the best for him. TLDR, he never changed, lashed out at me, I had enough when we broke up. Relevant comments. What a child. Canceling a trip because of a game? You're well rid of him. Stay strong and continue to block/ignore. I agree, this is super, super childish. You're playing a video game that's clearly making you angry and like you're taking it out on someone else, like that's fucked up. The first comment says knew it was League by the title alone.